You, Lord, the Lord, you, Lord, for Sunday. You, Lord, the Lord, you, Lord.
Hello. What's going on? It is another episode of 2Tall Podcast, and I am your host, the tallest, the most handsomest in the podcast game. You find somebody taller than me, and then we'll talk. All right, in the podcast game, don't be popping up an NBA player. 2Tall Hall here, my co-host, um, my co-host Quentin.
Hey
Always good
guys,
to see you.
good to see you too.
You feeling good?
I feel good today. How about you?
Happy Monday.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, last week we did a night of hot topics.
hmm
Um, can you hear the music, Quentin?
Yeah, I hear the music.
Good. Trying to bring the music back. Um,
I like the music.
I like the music too. I don't know if that person that was comment on the music if he or she is still looking at it, but tune in. We're having fun. We gotta add
Yeah,
music. This is a vibe. This show is supposed to be about a vibe. Um,
it's a vibe.
yeah. So we got a lot to talk about. So
Right.
let's dive in. Let's always kick things off with hot topics with DNQ. Today's main topic we're going to be discussing. First off, we're going to be diving in and talking about why do men not speak up about mental health, about whatever they're going through. As men, we like to, swallow our pride, bury it. And females, they like to discuss what's going on. We men, black men, we hold it in because we don't want to show weakness. But we got time for that. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. We're going to start off light. Quentin, if you don't mind, our first topic.
So first we're going to talk about the beginning of the Oscars.
Yes.
It was opened up by Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande performing. Well, they both performed Defying Gravity together, but it started with Ariana Grande singing
Somewhere Over the Rainbow, yeah.
And then Cynthia Erivo did Home from The Wiz. And then they came together to do Defying Gravity from Wicked. And I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was a great way to open up the show. I thought the way that they, the camaraderie they had together, their friendship and everything is beautiful. And just, it was all blended together so well. And they both are some powerhouse singers too.
Yeah, they, I just saw once people heard that, the opening to the Defying Gravity, everybody knew, oh, she about to kill it, and she killed it. She did an amazing job. She did really good, and I enjoyed it. I loved, I was about to buy it because I wanted to see it again, but
Me too.
it's actually going to be on Peacock. I don't know when.
I just saw that. I think it's going to be in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be in a couple of weeks. The 21st. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It's the 21st. So I was like, right. I got Peacock. Let me just, it was so beautiful. And it was just an amazing time. Of course, Conan O'Brien, one of my favorite talk show hosts. The reason why I'm trying to do this, I love Conan. Conan is everything, man.
Just side note though, real quick, for you, what is it about Conan that's so inspirational for you?
How long do we got?
How long you want?
So Conan is goofy. He's not serious. I love how he shits on himself. I like that kind of comedy. He shits on himself, or he would do, make jokes about his lack of sex life, or when the audience comes on and they make fun of him, and he just has a humor to him. And I still look at his show. He does these remote episodes where he travels to different locations, and it's called Conan Must Go. He goes to different destinations: China, South America, North Korea. And he just entertains, and I just love him. I saw him at the Apollo back in man, 2013, 2014, and he was just amazing.
Wow.
He does a good bit with Jordan Shalansky. Yeah, he's just really funny, and I like that you it's like Derek. Look who's hosting. Cause I almost forgot.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. Um,
He did
he,
a good job.
yeah, yeah, it was entertaining. So yeah.
Okay.
Another person that's so entertaining, Adam Sandler, made headlines because, as you can tell, he was being Adam Sandler. He came. It was part of a bit, but he came dressed in with some casual clothes, and he was just doing his thing. He dressed like a he dressed like a guy playing video poker at 2 a.m. Conan O'Brien cracked. Um, but yeah, it was. I honestly think that's Adam Sandler 24/7. He doesn't look like the type to be all peppy and stuff. Like if I was to ever meet him, I think he'd be cool, calm, and collective, not you know stuck up like most how Hollywood is. And I'm happy that he's doing Happy Gilmore too.
Another one. Yeah. I think he's done this before, though. I mean, I've seen him in a tuxedo and stuff for sure. But I feel
Mm-hmm.
like there was another award show one time where he came
Yeah, he
in a
did that
sweatsuit
before.
and
I
everybody
forgot
else
what.
was dressed up.
I
Yeah.
forgot which one
I
it was.
mean, honestly, it's fine. Yeah, like me personally, I like to get dressed up, and put on my nice stuff, go out on a nice night like that. But at the same time, if he wants to be comfortable,
Yeah,
I mean, what's wrong? Clothes are just clothes, right?
yeah.
So,
And I just found it very entertaining. And right now, with everything that's going on, we need a good entertainment. We need some laughter.
absolutely.
And I felt they both delivered amazing. But he did another bit with the Los Angeles Police Department. So they was there. They was being honored for saving all these celebrities and whatnot, people's houses in California.
Right.
Um, so yeah. Um, Moving on, we gonna talk about this one right here. This is what we're gonna talk about.
Oh my
So
goodness.
Marlon Wayne. Well,
That
wait, did you
picture.
hear about the beef that's been going on with them?
I've heard a little bit about the beef, but I don't really know all the details on it.
Um, yeah, it's
That picture is funny though. It's
yeah,
supposed to be Soldier Boy, I'm assuming. He looks
yeah.
like an alien.
So I'm gonna play it. Let me know if you can hear it. All right?
All right.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I hear it.
Was on Grenac and meth. I can smell it on his breath. Yes, he's on that crack. It's Grenac and meth. He'll suck on coke just for that rock. You look like flavored out. They jumped over the moon. So we saw.
Sounds like it's going in and out a little bit.
Coin. Ain't rapping just gaming and selling people shit coins. He's a mess without a chest. It's only it was Superman. Now he ain't got nothing left.
This is a song.
This was
I mean, whose voice is it though? That's not Marlon's voice.
no, not, but
Just some AI stuff, I guess he put
yeah,
together.
some AI stuff, and I believe it was on his
IG.
his Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Do you know the reason for the beef though?
no,
I had heard that there was some kind of an issue between the two of them, but
I feel
I'm
like
not sure exactly what it is.
every beef starts off with Instagram for some reason. I mean, on
It
Twitter,
probably did.
you read a comment, and then you're ready to, because I believe he's now coming at what's this man? He was just at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. It was a Little Yachty. He was coming at Little Yachty now.
Wait, you mean Soldier Boy was?
Yeah, Soldier Boy was coming at
Really?
Little Yachty. For some. Do you think he's doing everything in his power to like try to stay relevant by just getting beef with people that are currently relevant?
I kind of think so. I mean, maybe because I'm just out of the loop, but I don't know any new Soldier Boy songs or anything like that. But I
Yeah.
also know he's got money like from his old stuff, especially when he was making his stuff before he was like self-distributing for a long time. So he wasn't tied to a label. He wasn't having to pay anybody. So he's got a lot of money. But maybe he's still trying to stay relevant. You know, that drug of celebrity. Everybody wants to be famous and in the mix, and you know,
Well, there's so many rappers. Every time I turn around, there's a little something or a little John or a little
little
X.
somebody.
Little, yeah. I don't know why they always say little.
I don't either.
There's a, I think there's a rapper called Big Shark. I don't know. I probably made that up, but um, he he was the whole hit, with the Superman, you know,
Hmm.
you know, I don't
Must
think,
be you.
yeah, Marlon Wayne, you know, he's relevant behind the scenes and in the front of the scene, but he does produce behind the scenes. I believe him and his brother are getting ready to do White Chicks.
They're
Um,
about to do actually another scary movie.
really?
Yeah, but this time, because the last two was by a different company, and to be
Really?
honest, they sucked. So this time they're about to do another one, and it's
Oh,
back
oh
the
yeah, yeah,
way.
of course. The reboot you're talking about.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, those was horrible. I mean, I still tune in, but yeah, it
right,
was
but
horrible.
it wasn't the same though.
It wasn't the same. And come on, who you gotta you gotta love Cindy,
Hmm. Oh
Anna
yeah,
Faris, who played Cindy.
you
uh,
cannot forget about Brenda.
oh come on, come
Yeah,
on. I felt like that in my mind. That's my sister, since her name is
that's the best one.
her last name is Hall.
Hall,
Yeah, and
exactly,
Kevin
Brenda
Hart
Hall.
got big because of stuff like that. Anthony Anderson, um,
Hmm.
Anderson. Oh yeah,
Anderson.
yeah. I thought I said Anderson Cooper. I'm bugging.
You just said Anderson. You were right.
So yeah, but yeah, people are trying to stay relevant. In a dying breed, social media can make a star just like that. I'm waiting for them to make my show bigger than what it is, but it takes time. Um, but yeah, so um, best of luck. At the end,
Yeah,
who wins, Marlon Wayne or Soldier Boy?
I don't even know. I feel like Soldier Boy actually started the whole thing, if I'm not mistaken, from the little bit that I know. But in the end, I think Marlon's probably going to end up winning because I mean, like, why are y'all even beefing over what?
Mm,
Why?
mm. All
I
right,
don't
well,
know.
well, I'll keep my eyes on it and definitely. Um, Now I wish Kim were here for this one.
I
Um,
know.
but do straight women feel more comfortable expressing themselves with gay men than with straight men? I'm gonna vouch for Kim because I think she has told me that she feels comfortable around gay men and more comfortable expressing because it's very rare you find a straight man that is going to listen to a woman's problem without a hidden agenda. Hidden agenda, they're trying to score. They're trying to get some punani. That's the all right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh man, you done crying. I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you, bitch. You know? Um,
Hmm.
not all of them are aggressive like me, but I feel like with a man, like I can listen to Kim or Alexis or any female, not have a hidden agenda, just listen to them, feel comfortable talking to them, because some females feel like a dude is gonna wanna fuck 24/7. They're gonna want to be having sex. Um, but for gay men, you chilling, defending if the man is a feminine man. You guys are getting your hair did. Um, you guys are hanging out, drinking. That's just a different atmosphere. Like when I hang out with my straight friends, I feel I'm always gonna be me, but I can't discuss my gay problems, like how I can discuss
Hmm.
you or another friend of mine. Um, and if I'm a female, you don't want to talk. Watch this part. You don't want to talk about a, a man, a straight man, with another straight man because it's gonna like you
Hmm.
want to talk about it with somebody that's in the same boat with you, another gay
Right.
dude or a woman. But I feel like gay men can be more vulnerable, and we'll definitely dive into that a little bit later because it has to do with our main topic. But go ahead.
No, I totally agree with everything that you said. I mean, I feel like straight women feel more comfortable expressing themselves with gay men because, like you said, we don't necessarily want anything from them in the same way that straight men will. Like, we're not trying to get with you. I really am here for friendship. And
Yeah,
on top of that, we have something in common that we both deal with men.
a
So we
broke
can
nigga.
discuss things on on that level. Yeah. But the difference is we can give them a male perspective also.
Yeah,
So we can compare notes on men that we deal with, but at the same time we can also give a male perspective. And so I think that's a part of it. And then, like you said too, like if I'm hanging out with my straight male friends, I'm not going to talk about, or I'm not going to feel as comfortable talking about my dealings with men or anything because I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. But I can talk about those things with my other gay friends, or I can talk about that with my female friends too. So it's just kind of a relationship that works for both sides, I guess.
do you feel straight men can be threatened by a gay man because they probably have a good relationship?
Well, here's the thing. I feel like they won't admit it that way,
Oh yeah,
but I think on the inside they are because I mean, at the end of the day, we are still men. Whether you're gay man, straight man, whatever, you're still a man. So I think maybe they might feel threatened because she's hanging out with another man, but they're not going to admit it as much because since we're gay men, we're like less of a man or something like that, and they don't want to admit that kind of jealousy. That's my own
yeah.
personal.
Because I feel like sometimes, you know, not to keep throwing Kim under the bus. When we first met, she was an elevator operator, and she won't mind me telling this story. Um, when we first met, she was an elevator operator, and the job that I worked at, Rockefeller Center, all these dudes will get in an elevator, they'll try to flirt with her and everything. And I would talk to her casually. I wouldn't try to flirt with her. Um, and around 3 days, 3 days it took to me to get her number. One, I still got it. Two, just different team, but I still got it. Two, she said to me, and um, she liked that I didn't try to come on to her because I had no hidden agenda. I didn't. There's
Hmm.
nothing there but a genuine friendship. And even if I was back on that team or like I don't need a hit, come off so aggressive. I notice men, they come off so aggressive and they like try to
Man,
start touching you and pulling you close like whoa, 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 introduce yourself first, you know?
yeah,
Um so yeah, she and from there we've been like this. We are solid. And that's, we have something in common. We have a genuine energy. And if I'm feeling down, I can come to her, talk to her. She'll keep it a buck with me. Some men, they don't like that. They don't want to deal with the feelings and everything. Again, this really is going to tie in with our main topic. I like this.
it
So,
sure will.
you know, um, it's just interesting. Um, But yeah, I do feel like because a gay man can get farther with a woman sometimes than because there's no playbook. I can just be myself and be vulnerable. For a straight man, it's steps to it. You got to flirt. You got to, you know, boom. I didn't have to do anything with Kim, and we met in the elevator, and we've been good friends ever since. A dude steps up to Kim. You've seen Kim. Kim is a beautiful woman. They're gonna have to put in steps and
Hmm.
everything to do what they want to do. So I definitely found it. And the reason why I did this topic is because like I said, there was a video of this dude, young man. He was like, "Oh, why are females so close to gay men? It hurts straight men because we're supposed to be kings and stuff." Like, okay, well, you're
I
letting.
think.
Go ahead.
Oh no, no, no! I didn't want to cut you off.
No, no, no. I was just gonna say you're letting so-called queens steal your queen. If a gay, yeah, listen, if a gay dude has your woman's attention, don't overthink it. make sure he's really gay, because some dudes do. But I have heard stories. Some
Pretend.
dudes just pretend to be gay to get close to a female. So
I've heard that
but
before.
that doesn't mean you're less of a man just because your woman wants to hang out more with a gay man. They just have something in common. You know. So yeah, but go ahead.
Also, not only having something in common, I think another thing that they feel is less threatened, and it's
Hmm.
in the sense that women, we don't have to think about this because we're men, but women deal with a lot of stuff from men just out in the world. I was in Harlem the other day. I was on 125th, and I was walking to the store, and there was a woman in front of me, and then there were these two dudes. Mind you, one woman, two dudes. She's walking, minding her business. These two dudes come over, and they were young guys too, but still, and they were just saying some wild stuff to her, and like she was ignoring them. I thought I heard because I had my headphones in, and I heard a little bit of what they were saying. So I pulled, one of them out or whatever, and they were just saying some wild stuff to her. Not necessarily anything threatening, but just like this is somebody you don't know. You don't approach
Yeah,
somebody you don't know like that. And women deal with stuff like that all the time. And so from straight men. And so with us, they don't have to
yeah.
feel that way. And so
They
I think
don't have,
that's what it is.
and also at the same time, gay men don't deal with that. I can walk
Mm-mm.
down the block. Nobody's not gonna say stuff like that to me. You know.
No,
You
not
know.
in that way.
I mean, I get something about the height, but the females, they literally have to deal with that on the train, especially on the train. You on the
On
train,
the
especially if it's a
train, yeah.
long commute, especially like if you ever took the train where it's leaving 149th Street or and it's entering 135th Street, you're like, oh man, it's taking a minute just for it to get to the train station. And you're on there for a good minute and you have to sit next to somebody that's trying to bag you and stuff like that. Just wait till it's cold now. Everybody got clothes on, but wait till it gets springtime or summer. You know, everybody wants to be
Mm-hmm.
touchy feely, grabbing on you, trying to, you know. But then again, females do wear provocative clothes because they want that attention. But be careful of the attention that you get because you may get somebody who may be a little bit too handsy.
A
But
little too
you don't have to
aggressive.
worry about you don't got to worry about that with a game. And the only thing they're gonna worry about is can I hold your purse while you go try to bag that man? You know, so- and
You're
that's
not
not a
wrong.
shade. Not a shade. Um, I feel like
Yeah.
more. I feel like more feminine men have more females. I only have three or maybe four female friends, and I feel like, and that's not a bad dig at me. I just feel like more. I think females like flamboyant men better because what's the right word? I'm not trying to be PC or anything, but maybe they're more fun. Maybe flamboyant men are more flamboyant gay men are more fun for females to be around. What do you think?
Probably a little more like
'Cause there's a lot of things you can
a little
do.
entertaining, a lot of things you can do together. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, this is not tied to one gender or another, but like, I paint my nails. Something
yeah,
very simple. We might go get our nails done together or something like that. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Or, just we're just gonna be out there and be free and just having fun or whatever. I don't know, but they
yeah.
like it.
And about the paint the nails thing, I hope my friend looks at this. I met up with somebody when I went to see my brother this weekend, and we met up before. He's 6'8". Paint. He has long fingernails, and he was like, "Hopefully that's not a problem." I'm like, "Bro, living your truth. If you want to paint your fingernails, that's your life. I have no say so." I have that's one thing I dislike when people say, "I hope that's not a problem." I'm 6'7". This is what you gonna get. I'm not about to say I hope that's not a problem. Live in your truth. Be who you are. Don't tell anybody I hope that's not a problem. They're gonna just have to deal with it. They want to deal with you, period. That's what comes to the table, period.
Hmm.
Mm, I dislike when people do that. Just this is come as who you are. If they spot the fingernails or something, I can discuss it. But hey, take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. This is what I'm bringing. So
This is
kudos
what
to
I'm bringing.
living his truth. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. So yeah, speaking of dudes, um, a cis woman is being
My
mistaken
God.
as a man. Let me read the story. Oh
Yeah.
man, I love StreamYard. By the way, I wonder if they can do
StreamYard
this.
is good.
All right, so a cis woman confronted by police officers in Arizona Walmart restaurant for looking too masculine speaks out. So here's the story. A black 19-year-old cisgender lesbian from Phoenix is demanding accountability after she was confronted by two male sheriffs in a Walmart woman restaurant last week. Basically, they thought she was a man because she looks like a man. She looks masculine. Um, Honest mistake or just a major fuck up on the cops part?
I'm gonna say a major fuck up on the cops' part. I mean, she's just like you were just saying before. Be who you are. Be
Mhm.
whatever. It's not even like she's a trans man. She's just a
Yeah,
woman who
yeah. They
happened
also
to
thought,
look a
yeah,
little masculine or whatever. And that brings into topic, these issues that people have been having with like bathrooms, who's using what bathroom and all that.
yeah. It's a
These are
big
the type of
skits.
issues that
It's a big
start to come up.
big debate at DC when there's so much stuff we can discuss. But yeah,
Exactly. I mean, there's so many more important things to discuss, but these are the things that start happening when you're worrying about who's using what bathroom and stuff. Because the reason is always, oh, a man in a woman's bathroom, he's going to be trying to do something to a woman or dress like a woman to do something to women. That's not really happening.
in the video, I'm not gonna show the video because she she lifts up her
I
shirt,
thought,
her top, to show the officer that hey, I'm a chick. Just because I look like
yeah.
this, I'm a chick. I definitely understand this, and it's the cops f up because my
Hmm.
sister is gay and she dresses uh like a tomboy. Period. Before it was called all the respect, masculine and all this other stuff. It was called tomboy, and she dresses
Right.
like a tomboy. So I would hate for somebody to mistake her as a boy, even though she can punch. She punches like a man. She's very tough. Um, so yeah, that's on them. I think they need more training about what is the public. They need to learn more about the public. They need to understand who they're protecting, especially when it comes to mental health. That's for a different subject. But you got to be more careful. Uh, we're in a different culture, different sensitive time. Little things can get you canceled. We definitely need to talk about that down the road. But learn from your mistakes. Um,
Hmm.
and clearly use common sense. Use common sense. You clearly can see that's because they thought that was a transgender. No, I know it's so hard with so much information when it comes to the LGBTQ. I definitely understand. It took me around a while to learn pronouns and he and them's and you know getting a migraine now. But that's what they want to be comfortable in that. And I feel like in this day of age, you want to be who you are. You gotta understand that many people want to accept that and learn who you are. But
Hmm.
I feel like if you're protecting, because she's a citizen, regardless if she's a man, boy, uh, gay, straight, Republican, she's a citizen of
Hmm.
America, let alone of Wisconsin. So you have to learn your the public. So I don't know where they go from there, but and I hope nobody loses their job. That's the one thing I hate. Somebody should lose their job for an honest mistake, or if I think that we can just all learn from the mistake and just learn. But we're so quick to want to cancel people and get rid of them, unless there's a real cause for it. Yeah, fire them. So yeah,
Right. But
um,
I feel like, for one, it could have been an honest mistake. And you said something about using common sense, but
yeah,
unfortunately, common sense is not so common. That's one thing. And two, you were talking about the training, but that type of training, learning about different people and about, different scenarios different people all that stuff. You know what that training is called?
What?
DEI training, which is what they're getting rid of. Then I know people think,
True.
or it's being pushed out that DEI is black people, but really DEI is really all about all of us
Yeah.
understanding each other and things being fair and equal for everybody. That's what DEI really is, and that is the training that they need. But unfortunately, at least right now, that's being taken away. So I think there's going to have more of these type of situations that are going to happen,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
And also too, just on that same note, even
Go
if
for
she's
it.
a lesbian or not a lesbian or what, there are straight women who are tomboys, who dress like tomboys. So, you got straight women walking around in fitted caps and hair pulled to the back and sweatshirts with hoodies on and baggy clothes. Are they gonna get pulled into like, oh, you're a man? You know what I mean? It's a very slippery slope. So we just gotta have respect for each other. That's all.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, and be more aware. Be more aware. Um, but
That's a good one. Be more aware.
yeah, and I I'm all for people who want to be who they are. Um, I say that because of our later topic, facts or assholes. So let's see how that
Oh,
goes. So,
yeah.
but let's get to our main. Why do men not speak up about mental health? Mental health is something that we all go through. Um, and
Hmm.
I just want us to acknowledge that we all go through some stuff. Um, we all go through things, and we don't like to tell our spouses. I, I and I and I'm trying to like not put it as men, gay men or straight men. Um, but I really feel like straight men. I feel like straight men deal with. We also deal with mental problems, but when it comes to like not opening up, please and correct me if I'm wrong, but I've always felt it was mainly more straight men. And we're so quick to try to do everything and be there for everybody, but we don't forget about ourselves. I mean, we forget about ourselves. We don't put our health first. If we have, uh, you know, the man is supposed to be the head of the table. That was the old saying. Uh, a man is supposed to provide. That's a lot on their shoulders. Providing for a family, providing for your kids, and you gotta better yourself, and especially if you're a black man, because in a country where opportunities for a black man to succeed are rare, you have to take the opportunity when it comes. And it's pressure because you got a lot of black people rooting you on and supporting you, and you got white people who want to see your downfall. It's pressure, but sometimes men keep it to themselves because they don't want to show weakness, because if a black man shows weakness, game over. And I definitely understand. I don't like people to see me cry. I go to therapy. I do. Um, I don't want people to see my weakness because I'm bold. I literally have the mindset of a Leo, a lion of a lion. A lion leads the pack. Um, I do what I have to do. I work. I try to be a leader in my community, in my church, and everything. Um, and I don't want to. My pressure is I don't want to be labeled a weak gay man because I'm gay. I'm weak because they assume gay men are weak. The old stereotype. You're a sissy and stuff. No, I want to be a strong black gay man. So I do talk to a therapist and stuff. Sometimes I do. What's the word? I swallow my pride because I don't want to be vulnerable. Because if someone sees me vulnerable, that's their time to attack. And that's their time to, oh, he's weak. get him while he's get him while he's down. And I've been like that, but there's times where I talk to my friends, and if I'm dealing with a personal situation, I vent. I'm not gonna put up too much information on the internet, but I feel like we as a community of men need to be able to discuss our mental health. It's not other men lift other men should lift you up, because it's always good to have your family and your woman, your friends, but something about another strong black man or strong man in general lifting you up, huh, will give you the encouragement to push on and to be strong. Um, because you can see, all right, I'm getting some good advice from this man. He got everything going for him, but he's struggling with something, and he's putting on a brave face. He's going out there putting on a brave face, but deep down he's hurting, and that hurt can stem from childhood. It can stem from childhood trauma. It can stem from just past pain, and then um, that pain will fall into the next generation of that person's family, and it will make it harder for you to have a relationship. That's just my opinion. What about you?
Uh, I mean, I agree with a lot of what you said. I am not in therapy right now, but I'm trying to get back into it. I think it's very important for us. I think we need it. I think everybody needs it if you have access to it. Um, but we are not socialized as men, especially black men,
Yeah,
to get mental health. I mean, I think the newer generations are kind of like clicking onto that, and tackling onto that, but that hasn't been the case in the past. If anything, it's been the opposite of that. It's you don't need a therapist or anything. All you need is Jesus. You just need to pray more. Take it to the church and take it to the pastor and just pray on it.
yeah.
You don't need mental health. You're not praying enough or whatever. And that's I'm sorry, I don't mean to like disrespect any religious people, but that is a very old way of
No,
thinking. We
I
have
agree.
kind of evolved beyond that and found that that's not enough. You got to do some stuff too. And I mean, even in the Bible, it says faith without works is dead. So
That part.
sometimes
Yeah.
the work might be going to the therapist. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that we got to change the culture in our community
And
around
and
mental
and
health and getting
and
help.
and I don't care who sees this and says something to me in the street. Stop thinking when you talk to a man about your feelings that makes you gay automatically. I'm so
Right.
tired of things that make you gay. I'm expressing myself. Yo, you gay for that. I'm telling you what's going on in my life that makes me gay. Fine. If I'm crying and this idea that men shouldn't cry. I used to hear that growing up. Um, and not from my mom. My mom didn't cattle me. She told me to be brave and be strong. But you're gonna cry. You have pain. I'm a human being. That doesn't make me less of a man. That means I'm going through some BS. But I'm I'm being vulnerable because I just feel like being vulnerable. There's so much on a man's plate, in my opinion. But that doesn't make me less of a man. It doesn't automatically make you gay. Um, I just hate that we become a society that makes you less of a man because you cry and you explain your feeling. And people, if listen, you have different comment below. Tell me what makes you think
Yeah.
if I cry right now, does that make me less of a man? Does that make me just a, I think it makes you human. I just always heard that growing up
There it is right there.
in the
It
gay
makes you
community, and
human.
well, not even the gay community, just in the black culture. You know, um, so yeah, I think it makes you human. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I feel like it's more in the black culture too. And I mean, think about it. It starts when you are a child.
Yeah.
Let me give you a scenario.
Yeah. Go for it.
There's two children riding on a bike. Let's say they're 4 years old. A little boy is on a bike, a little girl is on a bike. Little girl rides her bike down the street. She falls. What does everybody do when she falls off the bike? You run over to her. Oh my God, is she
Hmm.
okay? Oh baby, you all right? Oh, it's gonna be okay, baby. Blah blah blah. Little boy, same age, rides his bike down the street. He falls. If he starts to cry, what do people say? Oh, be tough, be a man. Get up, shake it off. You gotta get back on. Gotta be tough and shake it off. We get people react to us differently for showing our emotion, even as children. That little boy hurt when he fell too, the same way she hurt when she fell. But she got support around her pain in that moment. He got chastised, really, like, why are you crying? You're a boy, you're a man. Toughen up. And that's where it starts, and it just builds from there for the rest of your life.
That is a good scenario. I always, you know, um, I always heard that. That's why I'm overprotected now with my family, especially when it comes to my mom, because I guess I'm supposed to be the. I'm not even the. I'm the youngest, but still, I have the mindset of being a leader, regardless of my age.
Mm,
The scenario you just gave is so beautiful, because if a boy, uh, here's a good one. Here's another one. Somebody gets pregnant. The girl got pregnant, and the dude got her pregnant. Who's
mm-hmm.
who's getting more punished, so to speak? The young the young chick or the young dude?
In that situation, I think she's going to get more punished.
You are right, because and ladies are not supposed to be doing stuff like that, and they're supposed to be. You know what? I wanna. I think both of them. It takes two to tango. It takes two to
Right.
tango. I think both deserve the blame. Um, but we're so quick to blame the woman automatically when the man was doing most of the work. Sometimes you just laying there taking it. Um, but yeah, we got off topic for a minute, but yeah, I definitely agree, and I liked that scenario. That was really good, Quentin. I had another one, but it just like slipped my mindset. But the moral of the story: mental health is serious. Don't try to be a go getter and do it all by yourself. Um, you know, talk to somebody. Um, let some of that weight come off your shoulder. It's okay to express your feelings. It's okay to be down and out, and um, feel feel vulnerable. Now you don't
Yeah.
have. I feel like a man shouldn't always be so serious 24/7. It's all right to
Mm-hmm.
let your hair down once in a blue moon. I got comfortable with my church. I started letting my hair down, so to speak, and opening up. I don't tell all because I don't trust everybody, and that's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Trusting who you tell your problems to. Now this goes to a man or a woman. You got to be careful who you trust or who you let in, because not everybody is in your life for a good reason. Some people come into your life for a season. So you have to be careful who you let in, who you want to trust, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that one person you think you can trust is out there to hurt your mental health, to aggravate it more. You don't want nobody who's going to aggravate more of your mental health. So, um, you know,
Also, too,
go ahead.
with men and mental health, and women have the freedom to be expressive and to talk about how they feel. And sometimes people say it might be too much because she's always going off and always blah 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 blah. But they get it out. They get
Yeah,
it out of their body. They get it
they
out of
do.
their system. Men, we don't. We
We
hold
don't.
it in.
No, we'd be like, you
We,
good? Yeah. All right. Cool.
yeah. And so, and I mean, in a lot of male relationships, I mean, it's a little different in gay male friendships, but in straight male friendships,
Yeah.
it's still very surface. like talking about our feelings, our issues. It's on the surface level, but we don't really get deep with it. And the thing about it is, when you hold all that in, it's got to come out at some point. And that's how you get you get men who are abusive towards their wives or girlfriends,
Yeah.
or you get, men who lash out and just are angry and go, I don't know, blow something up or whatever. Like, that's all that frustration that's inside that they haven't been able to express. It's got to come out somehow, and sometimes it comes out in a violent way,
Yeah.
because that's the only thing that we are shown that we are able to do as men, is be tough and express ourselves through toughness or violence.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate.
Yeah, we're you know, we live in a generation that most men my age, 30 or 34 or whatever, we don't want to talk. We're ready to throw hands. We're so quick
Yeah,
to. I think you should only throw hands when you need to defend yourself. Somebody's literally putting hands on you, not because
absolutely.
you're angry. So you're a target. I'm angry. So Quentin, I'm gonna kick your little ass. Um, because something's happening
Wait a
to me.
minute now.
So something's happening to me, and I don't feel like expressing it in the way that society wants me to express it. I'm going to express it in the way the culture has taught me to fight. You know.
Right.
So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. That's Two Tall Podcast thoughts together.
We just
Um,
need to make more of a space for men to feel safe to
yeah,
express themselves, and not, as soon as a man expresses himself, the first thing they want to say is, "Oh, he acting sassy," which is like another way of really trying to shame, especially
you
straight
said
men.
sassy or zesty.
Both. They say both,
I've
and
been
it's
hearing
like
that. I've been hearing that word a
shame
lot.
them.
I've been hearing that word a lot. What is that? Does that mean like gay?
Basically, they're basically trying to say that, or like you're acting gay when if a man starts to express himself. And see, in situations like that, those are the reasons why men don't feel comfortable
Yeah,
expressing themselves.
that's a trigger for some people, and that's a hidden message
Yeah.
too. But still, if they so
Hmm.
quick to like you acting zesty, what you know, um, they're ready to like one,
Squabble up. And then that wall goes back up, and then there's
yeah,
no conversation,
and
and
that's
there's
not
no
good.
expression
But
of the feelings.
it means that you can't open up anymore, and you just gonna
Hmm.
find other ways to cope, other ways to express yourself, and you take it out on, especially, and that's that's really bad if you have a relationship, because the relationship's going to get affected. Um,
Absolutely.
I had that before. There's times where I think I told you I have anger issues. Well, had anger issues, and I never laid my hands on anybody, but I am very quick tempered. And sometimes, or once upon a time, I didn't want to express myself, so I'm like getting in an argument with somebody who I was dating, and it didn't work out because of me, because I didn't know how to express myself, or yeah, I definitely understand, and I agree with you with what you said. So men, if there's any men looking at this, my number is 92. No, I'm playing. If there's any, if there's any men looking at this, be okay to talk to someone who you can trust. First off, be okay with being
Hmm.
vulnerable. One, it's good for your health, because
That's another
bottling
one.
that anger up is gonna make you explode, and it's not good to bottle all that anger up. Find a way to cope. Find another outlet. You know, and don't be ashamed for being a man that wants to have a mental health and still be a provider. You can be a provider and talk about what you're going through, talk about how hard it is to do this or do that. Finances ain't looking good. Um, that I pause. I don't think a man should ever tell somebody financially how they're not doing. That I disagree, especially a woman. You should never tell a woman, in my opinion, anybody disagree, a woman how bad you're doing financially. Um, that's just me. Quentin looks like he's about to disagree.
I mean, if they're a couple, they need to discuss
Yeah,
it.
it's yeah, a couple.
That's a partnership.
Yeah, but
But
if
I
you
mean,
like, if you like
outside of that,
dating,
it
yeah,
depends on who you tell, or
yeah, because
because I mean,
females do express themselves, and I heard that nigga broke. Yeah, he working like, let me stop. you know. So
yeah.
it's just definitely be careful. All right.
But
So
also,
go
let
ahead.
me change that. We got to get all that stuff out of us too, because of for health reasons, like you were saying. Because in our community, Black people, we got high blood pressure, we got heart disease, cancer. A lot of that stuff gets brought on because we hold all this stuff inside. It brings on that stuff too. So just for health purposes, it's good to get that stuff out.
Yeah, it's okay. Write it out. Talk about what's going on. It's all right. Doesn't
Yeah,
make you
from
less of a
somebody
man.
that you feel safe and comfortable talking to.
Yeah, makes you less. Does not make you less of a man. It makes you a man that wants to, even heavy is the head that wears the crown. Sometimes even the great kings, has to have a mental health day. Um, you know,
It'll
uh,
make you a better leader.
yeah, that part
It'll make you a better leader.
makes you. I wish homeboy in the White House knew that. Um,
Oh Lord.
you know,
Yeah, that's somebody who needs 25, 30 therapists.
yuck, that therapist
You need
going
a, you need a bunch of
that therapist getting paid in McDonald's. Um, all
them.
right,
Right.
so we're going to go back to my favorite and new um, segment: facts or asshole. It's simple. I'm
Hmm.
going to talk about something that's on my mind. You people at home, leaving in a comment. Am I speaking facts about this certain situation, or am I an asshole? Quentin will do the same. Um, so yeah, let's. And I want to go on and say, my boy Quentin,
Oh boy.
is a big advocate for trans rights. Uh, let's get one thing straight:
Yes, I
not
am.
bashing trans rights or anything, but I am bashing common sense. You know. So let's look at the video together. You will be the judge. Ready,
All
Quentin?
right. I'm ready.
Benny Hanna with my girlfriend, and the server said, "What about you, sir? What would you like to eat?" My girlfriend, God bless her heart, steps in, says, "Actually, it's a man." And she looks at my girlfriend and didn't really understand what had happened and said, "No, I'm talking to him," meaning at me. Our jaws were on the floor, and we decided to leave because it was just a bad vibe. And just a few minutes ago, I was at another restaurant for lunch, and they showed me my seat and said, "Here you go, sir." And I said, "I am not a sir." And then I left because I wasn't comfortable anymore. And I went to a new restaurant, and I asked before I sit down, where's the bathroom, please? And they said, "Oh, it's right this way, sir." And I just left because I wasn't comfortable anymore. If you're a server in the food industry, you don't need to use words like sir or ma'am. There are ways to be respectful without using those words. And if you get it wrong for someone like me, I will probably leave the restaurant. It puts like a bad vibe on my day when it happens, especially when it happens 3 times in a row.
Are you tired of being live before?
All right. I don't know why that keeps popping up. What are they advertising?
I don't know. Some of that was cutting in and out a little bit, but I think I got the main gist of it though.
Gotcha. All right. So if you don't know, I'll say it again. So she
Okay.
Quentin's like, yeah, you're doing good. So she went out with her girlfriend. They went to a restaurant, the first Benihana, nice place. I believe called him a sir, and she wasn't feeling it. Um, went to another restaurant, same thing. Went to a third, went to the same thing. My honest opinion. First off, I wanted to. She she said something. She said. Let me go back. She said, because I want to make sure I have my P's and Q's. Give me a sec, Quentin.
I'm proud of you for the she's.
What you say?
I said I'm proud of you for the she's.
Oh, you like that?
You call her she. It's
Um,
that simple.
okay. So this part right here made me a little upset
For
though.
someone like me, I will probably leave the restaurant. And it puts like a bad vibe on my day when
Well, right there, if you have to, first off, you wasting everybody's time. You're going to three restaurants trying to get the same reaction because whether you like it or not, you are who you are. But we have to understand that some people are not going to accept your norms. You know, they they're not going to acknowledge that you're a woman, even though you may look like a man. You have a knowledge you're a woman, but it's you gotta understand. Sometimes we feel. I feel like some transgender people feel entitled and they want to force down who they are down other people's throats. This is just my opinion. Because I don't think she should have went to three places and let alone leave because you're going to be leaving for the rest of your life if you, especially in, I believe this is in New York or
Mm.
in the world. If you feel like you have to get up and leave, go to a next place, get up, you're going to be doing that for the rest of the life. You could just have gave that person the proper moment. I'm a sir. I mean, I am a ma'am. I don't identify, talk about what you identify. They're not going to know right off the bat. That then I don't think, and correct me if we have any people that are in the restaurant business, I don't think they're learning how to identify who's transgendered, who's not. They're going based off manners. I don't think the person did it intentionally to be rude, but for you to go to three different ones and try to get a reaction, and we're so quick to go on social media and think that we're going to side with them. Not always. We're not going to side with, you know, that's like, if a gay dude did something, I didn't agree. I'm going to call it out because that person's in the wrong. And I think um, the fact that she get went to this great lengths just to get people to identify as, hey, I don't think it was necessary. I don't think it was really necessary. Because you're putting a business at risk because you're blowing them up. I don't think they was intentionally doing that. Now, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going to BS, Quentin. I'm not going to BS. Clearly, if I was to meet this person, I know she's a she. Looks like a man. Not going to BS. But I'm not going to call her that because clearly it's a she. But I'm not a waiter. I don't know what the waiter did. The waiter, you know, probably called it like it is. Thought it was a dude. Um, so I think I'm spitting facts. I don't think I'm being an asshole. But this was just a waste of time. I was so quick to like want to go on social media. Something bad happened. Um, the other day somebody said I'm a waste of height. I'm a waste of height. I'm not bath mouthing that person. That's that person's opinion because I don't play basketball.
Mm.
We're so quick to want to go on social. Can't we just handle it one on one, or not even make it a big deal? You know how many people don't like me because I don't play basketball or I'm this, I'm that. You know, I yeah. Quentin, go ahead, because I'm already getting upset. This made me upset. Go ahead. You can keep it about with me.
So,
Act your asshole.
yeah, I'm gonna keep a buck with you. First, I'm gonna say, of course, like I'm a huge trans advocate for
Yeah.
people. I'm an advocate for anybody being who they are, no matter what that
And,
is.
and hold on one sec. I'm not disparaging that. I just feel like you didn't have to go to great three different restaurants just to get the same reaction. Be who you are right then and there. Don't leave. Let that person have a teachable moment. Go ahead, Quentin. Sorry.
So, there's a lot of things going on here. It's a lot of layers. I will say that I don't completely agree with you,
Okay.
but I don't completely disagree with you either. So what I mean by that is, first of all, I'd have to hear the waiter's account of what was going on too, because I don't know what they were thinking or what was said, or we only have one side of the story
Yeah.
here from this woman, and like I said, there's multiple things here. I don't see what she's wearing per se, like her clothes. I can only see from the neck up. She does have a masculine face, so I get, somebody's gonna know, even if this is a trans woman, that this was a male at some point. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go by her presentation. She looks like she's presenting as a woman. So my first instinct would have been ma'am. Something I'm trying to learn too when dealing with people in the public is not to jump to say ma'am or sir initially.
Really?
And that's something that's just going to take time for anybody to learn because that's just been the norm for so many years. You address people by the way they look. If it looks like a man, you say sir.
Yeah.
Looks like a woman, you say ma'am. And now this is a whole new uh, layer that's been added on with people becoming more and more aware of trans people and their pronouns and all that stuff like that. I think there needs to be a certain level of grace too from the trans community to understand that there needs to be like a learning curve. I'm
Yeah.
not saying be outright disrespectful and somebody come to you like, yeah, you a man. Like that's them trying to disrespect you. But just if they accidentally call you by the wrong pronoun or something like that, you can just let them know, actually I'm a da 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 da. And then at that point, they either acknowledge it or they don't. If they acknowledge it or they say, I'm sorry, I was mistaken, okay, and then you move on. If they decide not to acknowledge it and they just keep on disrespecting you, then that's something different. But there does need to be some level of grace to understand that this is all still very new for a lot of people, including us that are in the alphabet community, as they say. So, it's going to take time before it becomes the norm, so to speak, with these terms and all of that. And I always go back to it's all about respect. You can make a mistake, you can misgender somebody or call somebody the wrong thing accidentally. And as long as your intent was not to hurt them, you just apologize and keep it moving. And the other person needs to understand that there needs to be a grace period or some grace too for
Two,
learning.
so two things. One, was I speaking facts or am I asshole? And two, do you think we should drop gender greetings?
Hmm. I think okay.
Answer the
I
first
don't
question
think
first.
I don't think you're being an asshole. I think that like I said, I think there's multi layers to it. So it's not just black and white. It's kind of a gray area. So I don't think you're being an asshole. But as far as gender greetings, eventually maybe we should, just because things are moving in a different way. Kind of where we have trans people, we have non-binary people. It's not like this is going away. First of all, these people have been here forever. It's just that now that we're acknowledging it or acknowledging them, but they've always been here. Um, so it's not like we're going to go backwards in terms of, oh, they don't exist anymore. So yeah, I think maybe one day we can get to a point where we don't
So,
address everybody immediately with
so
sir, ma'am.
do you see companies paying training to have their waiters learn the pronouns and stuff for the gender greetings that's been there for the dawn of time of how to, you know, good day,
No,
ma'am, good day, sir, how you doing, sir? They would have to actually um train them how to present when it comes to transgenders or him or they or their pronouns.
I don't think they're going to pay for it. I mean, at the end of the day, companies are about their money. That's all that matters. If they start losing money because of it, then they would. But other than that, no, I don't think so. I think it's going to take a long time. It's not going to be something that's going to happen overnight. And I think it's going to be something that's going to have to happen through, excuse me, through the social or societal consciousness.
Mm.
And that's going to take time. I mean, years, could be decades, who knows? But
Well, I
it's going to take time. Nothing's going to happen fast.
I still don't think she should have went to 3 restaurants. You was gonna get the same reaction,
I
and
mean, she could have got different reactions from a different restaurant. You
yeah,
never know. But she kind of was also almost like setting herself up for pain.
yeah, and she looks like, and I'm just my honest opinion. This is not Quentin's opinion. This is Derek J. Hall's opinion. She looks like she was being a Karen. Um, I believe that anybody could be a Karen. They're just mainly known for being white and older people. But I felt like you was just going looking for trouble. Um, I also don't think all three restaurants acknowledged that they called her sir. So I don't know. I don't want to dive.
I'd need to hear from the waiters too, because like
Yeah,
I said,
right.
you're only hearing her perspective. We're not hearing their perspective, so we don't actually know what happened.
Quentin, if Too Tall Podcast gets comments from the trans people and the avid, they're gonna you're defend me, right?
I defend you
Okay.
because I know that you don't have no malicious
I
intent
just
with anything that you're
listen.
saying.
I just like everybody. All right.
Yeah.
Let me stop. Oh my god. All right, let's start. We're gonna show a sneak peek of what's in store for next week. Oh man! All right, so I saw this on Instagram. I actually posted it to my story. This was what we're gonna talk about next week. And got an itch. So just take a look.
You are a doctor, a soldier, or the president of the United States. If you can't get back to me within a reasonable amount of time, I don't have time for you.
Mm-hmm.
No one's ever that busy.
I couldn't agree more. We're gonna talk about communication. I leave it at that. We're gonna talk about communication next week. The lack of communication. How long do you wait till you delete a number? We're going to talk about communication and texting. We're going to talk about communication and phone calls. We're just talking communication, and hopefully we'll have some guests on next week. But yeah,
I need to see the video again because that one cut out a little bit for me.
you want to see the video again?
It's real funny. I mean, it was just like cutting in and out, but I don't know if it's just on my end.
I can play it one more time. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. But yeah, I definitely think you'll like share the screen.
Speaking of likes,
Can you see it?
To like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe, people. Like, share, and subscribe. Can you see it, Quentin?
I can't see it right now.
Oh. Can you see it?
I see it now.
All right.
Oh, now you're muted.
It disappeared. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
But you can check my stories on Instagram.
I'll be able to see
It was basically saying if you're not a soldier or a president, your text messages, your response shouldn't take that long.
okay. I see.
And because I have some people in my life who they take days to respond. I text you Monday. I don't hear from you till Friday. Why has it taken you that long? I don't believe in people being that busy. We make time for what we want to make time for. We make priority. I just wasn't on that on your list of priority. You wasn't on my list of priority, so I didn't try to text you. That is one of my major turnoffs. It's like, why take my number? And I don't want to dive in too deep because we about to wrap this up. The show's over, everybody. But why take my number if you're not going to communicate? I feel like for me, and I'm going to just throw this in, if I haven't heard from you after 3 days, bye. There's and next week, because that pisses me off. That really does. And you also know why also it pisses me off. So we're not throwing no no names and shit. Um, but yeah,
No,
that's a
can't
major
do
turn.
that.
So we'll dive into
Next
that.
week.
Go ahead.
No, I just said next week.
Yeah, next week.
Put a pin in that.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This was a good episode. Please, mental health is important. Um,
Very.
find somebody who you can trust, somebody you can talk to, somebody that you will be able to be vulnerable with, engage. Keep doing the damn thing because straight men hate that. Keep talking to these females, building relations and building connection because they hate that. And you know, and people stop asking me about Kim. Okay, me and her are not together. We just have a good relationship. So I love those relationships where people think I can actually get with Kim because there's a good connection, there's a good vibe. That's what it is. It has nothing to
Mm-hmm.
do with a sexual connection. Sometimes straight men are so focused on their sexual connection and not the actual connection itself. You know, um, that's my
That's a
message.
whole other discussion.
Uh,
But we just
everybody,
gotta work on our mental health, everybody. You know, we've got to get ourselves better
yeah,
so that we can get each other better, so that we can
hmm
all be good and healthy and happy
especially black men.
and get along.
Stop taking down a black man who's trying to succeed just because you ain't doing anything with your life. Encourage him. Don't try to tear him down because you ain't going nowhere. Encourage him. Lift him up. Because I really believe it will come back around. All that energy you put in him to make him succeed, he'll give it right back. You know,
Exactly.
it, it takes
Exactly.
it takes two. You know, to I don't know what this was, but it felt right with what I was trying to
Like
say.
fist bump.
Fist bump. You know.
Yeah.
Let me get off the air. Thank you, everyone. Tune in next Monday. I appreciate it. Like,
That's
share,
right.
subscribe. Share this
What
to
happened?
Instagram. Share this to
Bro,
somebody that needed to hear it. Share it. Share it. Share it. All right. Have a good one.